I think it's only right if we kick it off like this.
Sir,
Here.
Let's get a song.
No.
You don't know the
I
song?
like the beat.
You don't know
how do
the
you
song?
not know this song?
No, I don't.
Bro.
It's your fucking birthday.
Turn the fuck
It's a
up.
fucking celebration.
You know the
Tonight we
fucking
celebrate. Seems like time's out of our control. It's a celebration. Oh,
It's only right.
it's your birthday, baby. It's your birthday. And who's gonna love you on your worst day? You talk so tough. I know you're soft like buttercups. Reese's, don't be ridiculous. It's your fucking birthday. Seems like
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a moment. Welcome to No Neighbors, the fucking podcast.
You know what
bitch.
it is?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're gonna start things off different. We're gonna take a moment and we're gonna shout out the boy Ram. It's
Appreciate
Ram's
it.
Happy birthday to my
Thank you,
boy.
guys.
So
Thank
happy
you, guys.
birthday,
Appreciate
Papa.
you.
I'm
Love
gonna
you
take
guys.
a moment and show you,
You know
some
what I mean?
love. Let the people know what's up.
Let's get it.
26, right?
The big 2-6.
The big
Yes,
2-6.
sir.
But yeah.
I want to take a second and shout out Jonesies.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
Jonesies
Eddie,
out here in Santa
Eddie,
Paula.
you know
Shout
what I
out to
mean?
Eddie for
Jonesies,
showing,
man.
showing love to the podcast.
Yes,
our
sir.
first sponsor for the show. Eddie has been gracious enough and fucks with the podcast enough to want to show love, and we want to shout him out. Eddie sent us a gift for the episode, so this is from Eddie, Jonesy's Liquor in Santa Paula. If you're looking for something to drink, baby, that's where you go.
You know where to
That shit
go.
smells
So-
fire.
You
It,
know.
it actually smells really
It
good.
smells
I have
really good.
not tried this yet. It's the, I love Jameson. That's my shit.
It's one of the new ones.
It's-
That's what he told me.
It's Jameson Irish whiskey with natural orange flavors, and I gotta tell
Mhm.
you,
It
the
smells
smell is
great.
really on point. It smells really good, and we're gonna do a fucking shot for you. And
Oh,
then
for
we
sure.
will let you know what we think. So, cheers to Ram for 26, for
Appreciate you
everything
guys.
that life has been for you to this point, for the beautiful moments, for the lessons, to our friendship. We wouldn't be who we are without you, and we appreciate you. We
Respect
love
it.
you.
I'm humbled. Thank you.
And to what's to come, Papa. I wish
Let's
you.
get it.
I wish you nothing but beautiful and amazing.
Nothing but
things.
blessings in the
That's
future.
only
man.
up from here.
I wish you a hell of
You
a
know?
year, and may life become everything you want it to be.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Hey, to you, Papa.
Now we got a
Drink.
fucking toast, motherfucker.
And to Jonesy's Liquor.
Oh, 100%.
Cheers,
Eddie.
cheers, cheers,
Appreciate you, bro.
Shout out, man.
cheers, 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 cheers.
Oh, that is fucking good.
Mm.
That
That's
shit,
dangerous.
That shit
That's
is smooth.
dangerous.
That is
That's
smooth.
really dangerous.
That is really
It's,
smooth.
it's a lot more smooth than I thought it would be. It's actually smoother than
It's
like.
smoother than regular Jameson.
Jameson,
for
yeah.
sure.
Oh no, Jameson hits you like a fucking train.
No, it's not
And
that
then-
bad. But I'm saying this is good. This
The
is
orange,
smooth.
No,
yeah,
no,
the
I'm saying
orange
like
one,
the
that's actually pretty
original. The original one, fuck.
Oh yeah, we have some up there still. in the,
We
in
don't
the
drink
barrel,
it?
in the barrel.
Oh yeah, true, true. Facts, facts.
The thing about it that I like is that you could even have that straight on the rocks, and it feels like a mixture.
Yeah.
because it has that little bit of orange in there. That
The
kind of
taste is just it.
That's really
It,
solid.
it,
It really
kind of
is.
reminds me when you have like an old fashioned, like a sweeter old
Yeah,
fashioned.
yeah, because of the orange peel,
Yeah,
the old
yeah, yeah.
fashioned. The only thing
What's
missing
that?
is a little bit of bitters.
That's also a whiskey too, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's whiskey,
Ah.
bitters, a little bit of, well, depending on like sugar
How you
or
have it.
simple
bitter
syrup.
meaning like lemon.
No, it's
or-
just bitters, bitter flavoring.
Oh, okay,
It's literally
gotcha,
like a bitter syrup. You put
Yeah.
in there and it gives
oh,
And then they
Yeah,
get the
might have
orange,
what's
right,
the
right.
orange peel,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, the orange
squeeze out
peel.
all that the aroma
it
inside.
that. So it's
that.
an old fashioned.
makes sense.
It's really
That's
something
really
Never
sweet.
had one. That's why I asked.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's good.
That's a good go-to drink.
If I can say anywhere to get one, I would say Yard House and get the smoky old fashioned. That one's really good.
I don't think I've had that one.
That one's really good.
I think I've had
That
What-
one, or go to
what's-
Stabello.
Cetabello.
Stabello, yeah.
Cetabello has a good drink.
Where's
Yeah,
that
I
at?
might have had that.
That's
one.
right across from Yard House. It's
Yeah.
that pizza
Right by
pizza
the
joint.
theater spot, the Italian spot.
Where they have like a bunch of wine and shit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
on the- oh,
That-
really-
they have a
really-
really good old fashioned.
Really cool spot to go drink it to.
Yeah, it really
cool
is.
spot. Let's get back to your birthday moment. We took a shot. We're here to celebrate you. Today is your special day, and let's take a second to hear from you. Where your headspace is at. What?
Where have you
let's-
been at today? Like what's going through your mind? Or how's
Today,
today?
nah. Well, the first thing that I did, I woke up, right, got ready, boom, boom, boom.
He said your
Well, I
mind.
mean,
No, say
well, I
like,
mean,
reflect-
yeah,
okay.
that's why I'm
Okay.
getting into it.
Okay.
Is
bet,
that
bet.
so I woke up, right, and then I had this like thought. I was like, damn, I don't show a lot of appreciation to my grandma, like pay her as much visits as I should.
Okay.
And so the
I can
first thing that I
respect that.
did, literally got ready, and I was like, all right, we're gonna go like pay a visit to grandma. Dude, she was like the happiest like that I've ever seen her, right? And then she didn't even know it was my birthday. That was the beautiful thing. But I just showed up, and you could just see like in people's eyes where they like spark
Where
up,
they light up,
right?
yeah.
And it was because I was coming at it like just to show appreciation. And when I got there, it actually like, dude, I almost broke down. Not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think that is, or what?
Well, because just like it was just like a beautiful moment. I can't explain it. Like it's just something
From her
that.
reaction, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Just to see that happiness kind of come into your
yeah,
eyes.
dude. It's one of those things that like you can't really put a thing to. It's just like
You just feel it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like well, she's your grandma, right? So she's obviously like
She obviously
she's
one of
elderly,
the ones that help raise
right?
you.
She's elderly. She's been through like a ton of shit, like, and I don't want to get into her story just
Yeah.
yet, but
yeah.
dude, she's been through a lot, and yeah, that was one of the things.
Okay.
And then she made me food, fucking ate, had a good conversation. And after that, then I went to go to Wood Ranch. I actually went to Wood Ranch. No free promo. And
By yourself or
no, with my cousin,
Okay.
Carlos.
Okay.
And I want to take a minute to actually say something that I think he knows and he's been thinking about, because he's been going through a lot of shit too.
Okay.
Given the circumstances that he's dealing with and that he's surpassed, and he's actually like doing everything in the right way now. And
Okay.
so that's like, that brought me happiness too. And so I don't know, like I don't really look at my birthday as if it's about me. It's more of like what I could do type
Okay.
thing, because
Like what you can do and who you can spend it
yeah,
with.
exactly. Because I mean, shit, if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't be here either.
Yeah.
So I had
Yeah.
to show her appreciation too, because,
But you said you were gonna say something. What was it that you wanted to say? About
that was one of the things. About me. Well, that's where I'm getting at is so all these little things are just kind of like not reminders, because I already know, but it's more of like putting things into perspective as to direction, right? Because
Okay.
for a long time I was kind of like closed off, didn't want to say a lot, understandable, but it was because I was doing a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have been doing, and I learned a lot from that
Okay.
to be in the position that I am to give credible advice, right? So yeah, that's one of the things that I've been learning, is that a lot of people look up to me too, besides my family, right?
Okay.
And so yeah, that was one of the biggest fucking not lessons, but kind of like perspective that I received this birthday. And yeah, took a lot
A lot to what?
to get to this position.
Okay.
To be able to, like, if I give advice, like, I mean it type thing. And I stand behind what I say. And I think, well, I don't think, I know you're the same way, is that, like, when you give advice, you stand behind everything that you say. And that's a beautiful trait, right? A lot of people don't have that. Why? Don't know. Maybe they're not there yet. Maybe they never will. All due respect to them. But there's people in our lives that look up to us in a way that we don't understand just yet, or appreciate us in a way that we don't understand.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, just to keep it simple, I guess.
Before we go off on tangents and shit, I wanna hit on something that you said, and
Okay.
I wanna give you a moment to continue to elaborate, because I think the things that you're beginning to say
Mm-hmm.
are quality things, and I don't want you to sell yourself short. I don't want you to cut the conversation short.
Okay.
You touched on realizing that you are in fact an inspiration or a
Well, I don't want to give myself that title.
no. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's kind of like just giving people perspective.
But
and
the fact that you
type
are
shit.
a person of character enough for someone to look up to. Okay, we simplify it down.
Right.
So the fact that you're receiving that acknowledgement,
Mhm.
how does that make you reflect on the way your life currently is, on the way you handle the things that you then give advice on? Like, does it change the perspective? Does it motivate you when you motivate others?
You know what's funny?
How does that
Yeah.
impact you?
You know what's funny? Because in a way, it's kind of like, okay, so when I give advice, it's like I'm looking at it as if I was their age, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm giving advice to myself in a way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
type thing, as if I were the younger one in the situation, like trying to find a way type shit. And so that's where I come at it. And that's what I realized is just, you know, a lot of times that we put off things that we know that we should be doing, but at the end of the day, you know, it has to get done. And I've denied a lot of responsibility that was put on my shoulders, but I'm building towards that as to carrying, not weight. I don't want to put it as weight. It's more of like like just putting on a fucking suit, bro. Like you getting dressed, like it's just a part of you, you know.
Do you feel
And
like
it's-
you're ready for that now,
Yeah.
or you're getting there?
Oh, 100%. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And that was like one of the things last time when I didn't want to share like what I shared with you guys was because it's kind of like I just didn't feel like the suit fit yet, you know? So I was like,
So what's changed?
what's changed?
What's made the suit fit now? Or
Just,
or get closer to fitting.
Thinking about it and actually analyzing it, being real with myself and being genuine about the things that I know that I have to do and being more responsible, because like I told you, that's how I see it right now. And I don't think it's ever going to change because I know where I'm at right now, right? Not in the best predicament yet, but I now know what I'm capable of. And this was similar to one of the conversations that we had, probably like, I think it was the first episode or second.
Probably the second.
Yeah, second, right? Yeah.
Probably.
Where we're kind of like, oh, like, well, what's up with you? Like, what do you want to do, right?
And
I
was
was,
want to touch on it.
yeah, I didn't want to touch on it just because I just didn't want to bullshit you, because I could do that shit all the time, right? I know how to crack jokes. I know how to be fucking funny. I know how to be, you know, just kind of brush shit aside.
Mhm.
But this time it's different. It's more
Why?
of facing things for what it is that they are, you know, just being real with myself. There's no other way to put it. You know, it's taking that responsibility and doing something with it.
Okay.
You're holding yourself a little bit more accountable for a lot of pretty much
Yes, sir.
everything now.
Okay.
Yeah, because even like with our friendship too, like I neglected it in a way where it was just like I didn't think I was, but when I realized it now, I was like, damn, bro, like we missed out like on a lot of good times. Cheers, boys.
Yes, it will. It definitely will. You know, I told her to drop over in your.
No, I said I listened to Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
I don't even know who that is.
Really?
Motherfucker, what?
You don't
Bone
know-
Thugs and
you don't know
Harmony?
who Bone Thugs and Harmony is? Hold on.
Dick. What?
Wait, oh, Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Nah.
nah,
You
nah,
can't.
nah,
Isn't
no,
that?
no, I know Bone Thugs. I didn't know that was a song.
No, stop. If you know Bone Thugs and Harmony, you know Reddish.
I'm gonna play the
Fucking
most
insane one.
obvious Bone Thug song that you have. Oh, there's two most obvious, but I'm gonna play one of the most obvious ones.
I know that.
Boom, 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 boom.
Tell me what you gonna do, but it ain't nowhere to run. When judgment comes for you, when judgment comes for you, what you gonna
Hey, I'm it's fucked up. The only reason I know this song is fucking watching Friday.
To this day, I only know like 3 words of that whole line.
Really?
Just,
don't know
and I'm gonna
shit.
miss everybody. I don't know the whole beginning. I just do that fucking noise. Yeah.
God bless you, working on a plan to heaven. Follow the Lord on 24/7 days. God is who we praise, even though the devil's all up in my face.
That song's a banger.
No, Thuggish Ruggish Bone, bro. You gotta play that. If Ryan doesn't know that, he's just fucking weird.
There's no mercy for thugs. Ooh, what can I do? It's all about the family and how
I get it to low.
can I get a witness?
There we go.
We're not
Against rap. We're not against rappers.
It's a-
But we
I'm
are
listening.
against those thugs. Boom. And what happened?
Oh, I think it fucking
Wow.
service in here sucks. There we go.
Okay, I do know the song. I didn't know the name.
You might know the sample
It's
though.
the Thuggish Ruggish Bone. It's the Thuggish Ruggish Bone. It's the Thuggish
this makes me think of a certain song, and I can't.
Andre Negatina.
Oh, something that I was gonna play it. I forgot.
We'll just play it. Maybe you'll think about it.
I can't think about it.
My tank ain't remaining the same. Flaming my dank and drinking brew. Thinking about that hanging, clapping my back and thugging with
Thuggish,
you.
ruggish bone. It's the thuggish, ruggish bone. It's the thuggish, ruggish bone. It's the thuggish, ruggish bone.
Get ready for the bone and the more thug busters. You know me as a hustler. Try to creep and get beat, maybe 6 feet. Pete, gotta put them under. Straight jackets, gotta make that money, man. It's still the same now. Better than my black trench vest. You gotta be down there, bang bang. Come and get this teaching. Your soldier, top thugs must stack. Me drinking me brew to Mr. Crack, big blue roll.
Sound like a guy that doesn't know half the songs that I know.
Yeah, all you listen to is fucking what's his name? Usher.
It's the thuggish, ruggish bone. It's the thuggish, ruggish bone.
This is a banger right here. I couldn't find the other song I was thinking about.
ruggish bone.
But this one?
Oh shit! Now we going back.
Reminds me like, hey,
This one right here
with
goes
the
out
with
to
roses, dog.
baby's mamas, mamas.
That's exactly what I think about whenever I think about Andre 2000. Rose.
Baby mamas, mamas.
And shout out to
Yeah, go like
my
this.
ex. One of them.
Oh, to what?
One of my exes.
You just you
yeah.
gotta throw the one up.
I put that song on. Like I would just bump it and just fucking vibe out. Cause my dad, like we would drive back to the fucking stadium, right? Cause we would go to the Little League and shit.
Okay.
And he would bump it, and I was like, yeah, it's my jam right now. So like when I would go home and shit, cause we had CDs at the time. It was like,
Okay.
fuck, 2000 and fucking what,
2008?
4, 5,
Long time ago.
type shit. Nah. Let me see. Let me get the math straight. 4.
CDs are still like 2008 is probably when it like, stopped. CDs wise.
Yeah, so it was like around 2006,
stopped?
dog.
Yeah,
It was like around-
MP3s and
Yeah,
shit were already
MP3
coming out.
started becoming a thing. Okay,
It was like around 2006,
Yeah.
from what I remember. And it was like some fucking, just growing up type shit, and like
feel
it
you.
was just like schoolyard, like girlfriend, boyfriend type
Yeah.
shit.
Hey, Ram's probably low key at his house on this little APK mini. This game idiot.
Caroline. See Caroline, all the guys would say she's mighty fine. But mighty fine only got you somewhere half the time. And the other half either got you cussed out or coming up short. Yeah, and I dig this now, even though you need a golden calculator to divide the time it took to look inside and realize that real guys go for real down to Mars, girls. Yeah, I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer, see roses really smell like boo boo boo. Yeah, roses really smell like boo boo boo. I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer, see roses really smell like boo boo boo. Yeah, roses really smell like boo boo boo. Caroline, she's the reason for the word bitch. I hope she's speeding on her way to the club, trying to hurry up and get to a baller or a singer or somebody like that, and try to put on her makeup in the mirror and crash into a ditch. Just playing. She needs a golden calculator to divide the time it takes to look inside and realize that real guys go for real down to Mars, girl. Yeah, I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer, see roses really smell like boo boo boo. Yeah, roses really smell like boo boo boo. Yeah, I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer, see roses really smell like boo boo boo. Yeah, roses really smell like boo boo boo.
So the question I was gonna ask you was, why is it that you stopped writing poetry? Because I don't know. Like I learned a lot from you through it.
Okay.
Right.
From me or about me?
Um,
I feel like I learned
I
a lot
wouldn't
about
say
you.
from you, but just about you.
Okay.
You know?
Why did I
And-
stop writing poetry?
Yeah.
There's
I think there's two
There's-
answers to that for you.
two answers. Damn, what the fuck you want to tell the people?
No,
How
no,
do you
no.
know?
No,
How do you
no.
know there's two? This is a fucking broken down to
I
a
know.
science.
After everything we just talked
it's
about.
2, and then after that it's one sentence with a period on it,
Funny
and then
shit.
a question mark on
Funny
the
shit,
side.
I always find two answers to every question. I
You
don't know
do.
why. I always say
You
that.
do.
There's two answers. I always say
That's-
that. That's my line. I don't know why. That's probably why you guessed it, but there is two answers to that. There's two sides to that coin. There's two ways to look at it.
Okay.
There's the side of it at the fact that I just got too busy with work and life and everything else kind of going on, and I just stopped writing. And there's the other side of it where
Well, I'll ask you this too.
I just stopped.
Just to dig deeper into that, not to cut you off.
Mhm.
It's do you think you weren't thinking as much?
Nah, I'm always thinking. My mind.
But I'm saying like
my
when
mind
you're
always runs.
Or-
just to
or
like
is it do
write
you-
poetry,
or is it
you
do
know,
you
to
think
invest
that,
the time into it?
Or is it? Do
type
you
thing.
think that?
Well, shit, y'all motherfuckers gonna let me answer. Y'all just keep
Oh, right,
thinking.
right.
My bad. My bad.
Both
Right,
of
Ryan's
you-
a Fed.
both of you just
I'm
keep-
just asking
Y'all
questions.
motherfuckers
bro.
just keep thinking shit.
No,
I was
what,
like-
what I was saying was, so do you think it was more of like not having the amount of time that you want to think about a thing to write it down on paper? Because that takes you probably days to write, right? I mean,
look.
well, in regards to what you're thinking about to put it down on paper.
Here's to touch more on that
Mm.
beyond my points. When you're in some shit and you've been writing, it's at least personally speaking, it's
Mhm.
really easy to fucking write. Like I have some pieces that I wrote in 5 minutes that I still think are some of the greatest shits I've ever written, and not necessarily because of the wordplay or the way I set it up, was because of what I fucking felt when I wrote it, and I can make myself feel it today when I read it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if others feel that from those pieces.
Well, we do.
But,
That's why I brought
but
it up.
I feel that from those pieces. So when I read them and I go back to that fucking place, it's like, holy fuck. So there's two sides that I was getting at. There's the side of it where life has just been kind of difficult in the sense of like time consuming and work and everything else going on that I kind of just said, this isn't something that's obviously making me money or anything like that. Let me just put off to the side. I don't have time for it. And there's the other side of it where it's like, God, how do I feel that again? See, that fucking pain. See, the thing is like for me and for those of you that read my poetry and you guys that have read it, I don't write happy poems. It's not my style. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I just don't know how to fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes off fake and corny and all these things. And all I can write about is pain. All I know how to write about is pain and mistakes that I've made and the drinking, the women, the this, the that, all the shit that I lived in college. That's all I can write about because that's what I felt at the time that I wrote that shit. And see, in those years that I was away at school, all I did was the things I'd write about. The whiskeys and the parties and the women and all that shit. And so now that my life doesn't revolve around that in that way, it's hard for me to go there. And it's hard for me to write about things that I live today because it doesn't feel like what that felt, right? The emotions at that time were so fucking intense inside of me
Mm-hmm.
that everything felt fucking powerful. Like poetry-wise. Every fucking thing I wrote felt like, fuck, I put myself in that. And when I read it, it gets me excited. It gets me hard. Like, I want to do it again. And I just...
Ora.
Pause.
Pause. Hey, Dick,
But-
what the fuck is that?
Well, that
You,
thing
you
was-
snuggling a pickle?
So titties. But you're a fool. But I can't feel that right now. I'm just not there, and it's a good thing. It's a great thing,
Right.
because it means that I've grown out of it and I got through it, and I made my life better, and I went beyond it. But God, sometimes, and so sometimes, sorry to cut you
No, no,
off.
you're
but
good.
sometimes I'll go there on purpose. Sometimes I'll sit there with whatever my vice is for the night, pour myself up a couple drinks, and I will read all of my old shit, and I'll read poems from poets whose style I like and I find similar to mine, and I'll just seep into my emotion, and I'll let myself become sappy, and I'll act mentally.
What does sappy mean?
Like sad, like, but not in a
okay.
so simplistic way. Like, it has to be deeper than that.
Mm.
I have to make myself feel what I felt. It has to be raw. So I take myself back mentally to those moments, those nights of this and that, and the drinking, and I connect with it, and so I write.
But do you think that was a negative experience?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
think
because I was trying to correlate the two.
I think
Like
the
the
way
pain and then what
the
you
way
said.
I handled certain things wasn't the most responsible. Of course.
Okay.
I was fucking 18 at the time, or 19 at the time, whatever the fuck
I mean,
it was.
it is what it is.
The way I reacted to things wasn't the smartest thing. I hurt a lot of people in the process of finding myself. I really did. And whatever opportunity I've had to interact with those people, I've taken the time to apologize for the mistakes that I made. But so it was one of those things where I really want to fucking feel that again. I just can't sacrifice who I am now to actually be there today. Like, I could never go back to that today just for the sake of fucking writing about it. And so the substitution is finding a way to get myself so mentally into what I was that I can write from it. And it works when I try to. Sometimes it's a little difficult to go there. And so I write about new things. I reflect on those moments and how I've grown and changed. And I've tried to find a way to write about things going on now.
It's just a
distinct
different
way,
feeling
or
now when you
stories
write
that
about
I see. And sometimes I write some shit and I'm like, oh, I love that. And sometimes I write some shit and I'm like, God, that feels so fucking fake. And I refuse to write something that doesn't feel real. I just can't do it. And so that's kind of where I'm at with it. I have started writing again. Funny enough, I wrote some shit last night.
No shit.
I try to, and I dabble in it. I'll write. I'll post a fucking poem or something.
Where? Because I know you got a
On
burner too.
That ain't a burner.
Days, poetry. Yeah, you do,
It's-
you motherfucker.
It can't be a burner if I
Well, I
actually
don't- I
post to it. It
On
can't-
record, it's
it
not a
can't-
burner
it
account.
can't-
It's
not
just-
anymore,
It's a
yeah.
burner if you don't have
We-
any pictures on
we
Instagram.
know it's not no more because now you post the pictures, but it didn't used to
Right.
have pictures. But I do have my Instagram
Right.
for Poetry by Dave,
Exposed.
and that shit's up, and I do have pieces. The last piece I posted though was November 24th, 2021. So it isn't that long
No, it
ago.
wasn't too long ago.
It's like 3 months ago on like a little short piece that I wrote.
So my
There's times where I want to grow my poetry social media presence, and I'll post something and think that I'm making any sort of actual fucking progress towards that. And then there's times where I don't really give a fuck and I just say whatever.
I'm gonna take a minute just to.
But so the end goal for me when I started this thing was
Okay.
to write my book, a poetry book. And that poetry book will be coming one day. I am confident.
I
in
know
saying
the
that.
name. I won't give any details just yet.
Yeah, I know we're keeping the name under wraps until it's out.
Yeah.
Um,
No free promo yet.
But so I know exactly what it consists of. I know the stories that it will have,
Mm-hmm.
and I know what it will take to put it together. And some of the poems I've already wrote, and I may make them sound a little fucking sexier because I was fucking 18 and stupid when I wrote them. But some of them I'll edit and stuff, but I'll keep the raw emotion. And then others I'll just keep exactly as they are because
I think you
just
should
feels
just
that
keep it
much.
as it is.
yeah,
To
just
be
keep it
honest,
genuine.
and then I gotta fucking sit down and try to add to it. That's
because
the
it's like
tough
a
part.
it's like a chapter essentially, right?
Yeah, it's-
that's the way I look at it.
if you're one of the very few fans of my work, and you actually have followed it throughout the entire time that I've been writing, from the Twitter days to the days, that sounded kind of sexy, and I didn't even think I was gonna play it like that. But if
Let's take a
you-
moment to appreciate that real quick.
But if you've been following since
Given.
the beginning of what it was, you can definitely see the growth. You can definitely see the growth. And what used to only be poems about sex, drugs, and rock and roll have become
Rock and
poems. You know, the same
No
sex, drugs, and
reggaeton?
rock and roll. It's a joke.
Oh, I
Have,
don't, I don't know. I was like, what?
have become poems about growth, poems about family and motherhood and fatherhood and love and understanding. So yeah, so to not fucking sap so much, even though it's kind of a sappy poem, because that's all I fucking write. I'll read this shit to you guys.
All right, let's get it.
I'll see if I can still get into
We should
my-
probably take a shot.
Yeah,
my-
it's-
to speak to your character.
Respect that.
To speak to your character, to speak to you as the man I know you are, despite how the outside factors are currently changing that perspective. To speak to who I know you are.
Okay.
You're a great fucking person. No one can take that from you, despite your mistakes or whatever has happened or you've made. Fuck it. Only you know your truths. Only you can speak to them. And until people can respect and understand that, fuck them. So to you, for what you are, despite all the other outside bullshit.
Appreciate you, brothers. Thank you. That was beautiful.
I'm going to write a book just on toast.
I'm over here.
People could just use it.
Eddie, again, thank you for
Shout
Yeah,
out to
shout out
giving
to
us this
Eddie.
gift.
Shout out to
We
Eddie for the
appreciate
bottle. We
you,
appreciate
and,
you, man.
Honestly, this might be my go-to bottle now.
I don't think it's going to be that easy to get.
Yeah, probably not.
But occasionally, if you see it, it's
Well,
a
no,
grab.
Eddie's always got it.
Yeah, I'll just hit up
Eddie, yeah, hit up
Yeah,
Eddie.
hit up
He's
Eddie
always
if
got
you
it.
want some special
Anybody,
shit,
if you ever
bro.
need anything, you know where to go.
Jonesy's
Jonesy's
Liquor is the
Liquor.
spot.
Jonesy's
man.
Liquor.
SP,
Honestly.
forget about it.
Honestly.
He's got everything you need and then some. You know,
I can genuinely say I respect and appreciate the love, especially when it comes so early to something we're building. So 100% shout out to Jonesy's for saying, yo, I fuck with you guys. I love what you do. You're from the city. Let me show some love and sponsor the show. You know, shout out to Jonesy's,
Yes,
not
sir.
only just for the great fucking selection of shit they have, for the quality of all of the products they provide, but for just
Just
being
a
a
genuine-
fucking real one.
yeah,
you
he's
know?
always been.
It
genuine,
takes one to
bro.
fucking know one.
Genuine.
And you see what's up with the pod and you fuck with it and we fuck with you and we respect it. So thank you.
100%. Thank you so much.
Absolutely appreciate.
I'm gonna read this one
Please
because
fuck with you.
I wrote it about my my mother
Yes, sir.
in a way that is different. And it'll speak to kind of what I said earlier. All right. So let's hope I don't fucking get emotional, huh? All right. I wrote this some other time, but I finally posted it November 18th of 2021. Okay.
Okay.
So in retrospect, so you know the timing. All right, let's get into it. I pray my mother finds the simple things that happiness is built on. I hope none of those things include me. May she find more to life beyond creating it. When the sun rises and sheds its bearing heat, may she flower. Let life's love run its purity over her so she can finally be watered. I pray my mother learns to love herself as much as she loves me. Finds new perspectives to look through beyond telenovelas. May her aspirations no longer be defined by Hispanic culture. Her opportunities venture beyond a Mexican household, a kitchen, her children. May she dance a song to her own tune. Let it not be written, for she runs on words to leap beyond pages. Freedom. May God grant her the courage and time to get there. And that's poetry by Dave.
Nah,
at poetry.
we need to take a moment for that. That shit was beautiful as fuck,
So
bro.
that's
Damn.
I've written a few pieces
I
about.
was over here fucking getting choked
or
up and
for-
shit. I had to
Same.
fucking look away from me.
I've written a few pieces about or for my mother in my lifetime. That I think is one of the realest. Just because it's really easy
Mm-hmm.
to be thankful for everything your mom's done for you. It's another thing to sit there and say, "Hey, it's time to do your own thing." Let your life not be defined by just like that's one of my favorite lines I think I've ever written. Ever. I think it's so fucking good. As funny as it sounds, I think it's so fucking sexy. And it's may she find more to life beyond creating it.
Oh, fucking
check-
cricket. This shit.
Check the level of growth in the relationship that I have with my parents now. I was talking to my parents about all the shit we used to do. I was talking about when okay,
would-
we ain't go look. I will bleep out the name because this shit is funny as fuck.
You told
But
your mom?
Me,
Oh,
okay,
fuck.
me, you,
Now I can't fucking go there no more.
me, you, and one of the homies because I don't want to burn that person
Who
out. either.
cares? You can bleep it out.
That's a lot of work for me.
Yeah, but it's
Or just
thick
cut
as
it
a
out.
It's just
bleep.
easier.
Like, just say the name
Yeah.
because I won't know.
All right, me, you, and I gotta bleep this shit
Oh.
out. me, you,
Okay,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were doing kinds of fuck shit. Remember we were putting
fuck.
out the signs
What
in front of
about,
Santa
what about
Paula
that guy
Street.
that cracked?
We were throwing, he crashed on the thing, yeah. We were throwing eggs. We were doing all the bullshit, okay?
Yup.
So I was telling my mom all this shit. And I was talking about the time we TP'd and saran wrapped the car. Remember? And he never told no one.
Nobody did.
He never brought it up to
showed
us.
up the next day. He was just like this.
Yeah, like nothing had happened.
Bro, I was
I don't
in the
think he-
back of the class.
I don't think
was
he wanted
like,
the embarrassment
bro,
of saying.
I don't want to say shit, but I was kind of like,
Yeah.
Hey,
Yo,
that was
I was
wild.
wild.
Nah, one time,
bro,
we
I
went,
don't know,
we
he
went
just, like,
egging.
he was too good of a person.
We went egging, and we hadn't started yet. It was like the beginning of the night. We're like, fuck yeah, we're thinking about who we're gonna
the
get.
very first
Yeah.
one out the fucking
We're like,
box.
who the
bro,
fuck are we gonna
of
get?
a
What the fuck
dozen.
are we gonna
no,
do?
it's actually
whatever.
2 dozen.
So we're going up the high school on the right side of it. On what is that, like Pleasant or 6 or whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
And so driving with his left hand. I'm gonna bleep his name out. He's driving with his left hand, and he grabs an egg. He's like, I don't know, but you know what? Fuck the high school, and goes to chuck it like this,
Dog.
and it just splats on the headlight all over in his mom's nice ass expedition or whatever.
No,
the
no,
fuck
it was a Challenger. Red
No,
Challenger.
it was SUV. No, we were in the SUV. It was his mom's car. That's why he was tripping out. So egging got canceled for like
Another
3
time.
hours while we pulled over and cleaned the car and went to the car
Bro,
wash and shit.
that
Yeah.
shit still smell like shit.
Bro, fuck yeah. it
Smell like
smelled. That
fucking
shit was
huevos.
everywhere.
Dude. I was like,
Yeah. Everybody was fucking ballsy enough to keep their fucking mouth shut. Me,
I didn't say, bro,
was
hey,
fucking quiet the
I'm
whole time.
pulling up. I'm gonna fucking.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
we used to do some stupid. So I was telling my mom about all that shit, showing her the videos and the pictures. Yeah, I was like, yo,
Oh
what time?
my
We just started typing conversation. Bro, my mom is so
Bro,
cool.
you pulled out the fucking picture.
My mom is. Oh my god, bro! I got all these shit. I
Dickie?
was looking back. I was like, oh my.
Well,
I have video. The
obviously he
video.
pissed
I have the
himself.
video you took of up, because it's your laugh.
Everybody's guilty. Raise your hands now. Well, you can't hear it, Dick.
Oh, it's on this. That's why.
Still can't hear it, Dick.
Still can't hear it.
I know you can't hear it, but it's fine. Oh, here, play it. Here, listen.
Well, put it on, dude.
You can hear your little laugh, and he's like, I'm all fucked up.
Poor little Gio.
Bro, that shit was funny. And then I got the one where you and Los are going at it and get thrown in the water. I got that one. I got a couple of those.
What the fuck was that all about?
That was for his birthday. Yeah, just
just
fucking
said,
around.
"Fuck it, I'ma
And
throw you
he
in the water."
started it. He was faded. He initiated it.
You got active.
Yeah.
Santa came out.
Yeah. I saw the. Yeah, that's literally how I played
Pinche
out.
palo. Palo
Yeah.
parado que era.
Yeah. And sure enough, that's how it played out. That's how it played out.
Oh, he
Yeah.
fucked you up?
That was before Chucks was a little
Oh,
stocky. Yeah, yeah, this
shit.
was back in the day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
back
shit.
in the day.
I
It's
thought-
cool, yeah.
I thought the wind would have fucking knocked him down.
I was just so stressed
the
out about
fuck?
my car getting wet. I was like, no.
Get this
¿Que
one,
no se
Mike.
encueró?
I know, you don't want a mic?
No. Que se encueró.
Yeah, Chucks gave him his underwear or some shit. I got the video of Chucks. Look.
You have herpes now?
Wait, what?
There's some girls.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's so big though. But it's so big.
Fat ass.
Yeah, there's some girls. It was his underwear. He was letting Chucks.
No, hey, you
Like,
you
why
know
is
what I
that
remember?
big though?
I think I told the story too. Was when we went out to fucking Ventura. You know
Oh,
the
yeah.
place, motherfucker.
Oh, when we broke
we
the
pulled
Holiday
up
Inn
to-
sign.
dumb shit I did.
And it's great. It was fucking hilarious. We were loving life.
I
and,
still feel bad though, bro, when
No,
that
what?
guy crashed his car.
Nah, he was faded.
Dude,
He was faded. Because we
literally fucking
right there
bright
on
orange.
Palm Court, they be leaving all the signs out for the stop the traffic for the basketball games and shit, okay? And so we went one night and we took them all and blocked off Santa Paula Street down the middle. And some fool just pulled up and drove through it. He was probably faded.
Well,
or
he
something
didn't
'cause
pull up.
he was like
fucking
going,
ran through
he
that
was like going
shit.
like 30 or something, drove through it and literally
Dick.
stopped like 20 yards later, like not even right away.
That's what you
and then
should have put up here.
Got
yeah.
out and was looking at shit all confused. He was looking at shit all confused, like, what the fuck? Like,
That's
why is the road
exactly how it
closed?
went
And
down.
then he moved the sign to the left, got in his car and just left. And I was like, this motherfucker's got to be drunk.
Bro, we're so fucking.
He's got to be
No,
something.
Dick, we're so
Or
fucking.
on his phone, because he didn't see it.
How did he get off of his car and like not stumble out? You know.
I don't know if he was stumbling or not, but
I don't know.
maybe
but
he wasn't.
Dick,
He was on
maybe
his
we're
phone.
just too
Because how do you
paranoid to even
drive
think
through
about
it? You don't slow down approaching it.
Know you like to bang, yo. Shit don't stain, but lean a little bit closer. See, roses really smell like.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to No Neighbors, the podcast. This is episode 7.
You're.
I'm your motherfucking host, David, here with the guys,
Yes,
Ramiro
sir.
and Ryan, and we got some.
Special guest, behind the scenes exclusive.
We got a special guest. We're not gonna say his name, but some
Yeah.
of you know him as Gio, and
Now
You
we're
got-
impersonating people.
no, it's not Gio.
alright.
So I had a very like weird retrospective kind of day to day. I had a conversation with my therapist about growth, and then I had an opportunity to talk to somebody about growth yesterday, and then I had another opportunity to talk with someone about growth today. It was weird. So they're kind of going chronological order. Yesterday I spoke with somebody, and they were telling me about some realizations that they've come to in life, that they finally have begun to become mature enough to accept things for what they are. And they're now, rather than rather than obsessing about what their life isn't, they're accepting what it is and they're feeding it in order to make their current life situation better, rather than obsessing on the idea of what it should be or could be or this or that, and wasting time and energy just being disappointed in their life and themselves and whatever the fuck else. And it was dope. And I sent them something, and I'll read it to you because I don't give a fuck. I sent them something that I had wrote myself a while back about growth. It wasn't anything poetic or prolific. It was just something that that I wrote in a conversation I had with myself, and I sent it to them. It said, it takes a lot to accept life for what it is, to find peace with the truths of reality, to learn to love the life we have, the struggles, the pain, the happiness. We only become disappointed by our lives when we spend it comparing to others. Growth is hard, but it's genuine, it's real, it's peace. And it wasn't meant to be prolific or anything crazy. I just wrote it on a day that I needed to hear it. And so I sent it to them, and I shared it with them, and I told them, you know, it's great that you're finally beginning to see that side of things, and you're able to now enjoy your life versus constantly focusing on what it lacks. And so when I went to therapy today and I talked with my therapist about it, I said, hey, you know, this and this happened, and this is the conversation I had and what I shared. It was an opportunity for me to now reflect on my own growth. And I laughed about it. I was so surprised and kind of thrown off by the fact that 2-3 years ago, however long ago it was that I started therapy, I was sitting on this same couch complaining about things that I had every power to change. And I was now sitting there retrospectively years later looking back on that and thinking, how funny. I did that. Not even we did that. I did that. Like, holy shit. All it took was a change in perspective and a change in effort, and I feel a million men different. And it was like, wow, even if life isn't that much better than it was at that moment, I feel like it is. And it was dope because not only did I share in someone's growth in that previous conversation, but I could reflect on my own in a real, genuine way there at therapy. And then today I was at the gym, and after my workout, so I was at the gym earlier. And Rusty was there with his grandkids, and I had just finished my workout, and he was like pointing me out to them about something, and I started talking with him, and he's telling me how he's bringing his grandkids. One is constantly fighting at school, and the other kid can't stop playing video games or whatever, and he's trying to show them more about life and all these things, and trying to get, just whatever, teach them how to work out. And so I started kind of talking to them about the gym, mainly the outlet that it is, kind of looking at it and saying, hey, if you learn to use this space, it can be a lot of things for you. It doesn't have to be about being some sort of fucking juice head or like always needing to work out. Like when I started this shit, it was an insecurity thing. It was, I felt too uncomfortable in my skin because I was so skinny that I needed to do something to give me confidence. And then beyond that, it became something to relieve stress when I was going through all the fucked up shit in my life. It was how I kept myself from putting my fist through fucking walls or people's faces and just putting it into something fucking productive. It was how I stayed out of trouble by taking out my angers and aggressions here versus anywhere else. It was fucking therapy. And even if you don't want to be a juice head, even if you want to be all about the gym, doing this, learning this when the time is right will be about so much more for you than just working out. And then we started talking about something else, and I gave them a word of advice that someone gave me someday, a long time ago. And it's one of the best things I ever learned early on. And I told them, I was like, some time ago, I told them I'm 26, some time ago when I was around your age, I think it was like 16 or so, someone told me something very important. And it's changed where I'm at in life today compared to maybe other people. I learned from a very early age that this is the time to risk. And I was like, now is the time to do whatever the fuck you want. Whether mom or dad agrees, and this doesn't mean go and ruin your life or be doing something inappropriate or hurtful to your health, but I mean risk in regards to what you want out of this fucking game. To the kid that plays video games, go Start the next Phase Clan. Start the next this and that. Like, you can do that. It sounds ridiculous. And who the fuck am I, some dude at the gym telling you to go and do this? But believe me when I tell you, that kid, who is no longer a kid, but the person that built that brand, started where you start, with an idea, with a dream. And the only difference is the motherfucker didn't give up. He made it something. Now is the time to do that. I'm telling you, you can always go and work at McDonald's tomorrow. You can always find a 9 to 5 to go to. You can always find a part-time to jump on. But you can't always go and give up your responsibilities for a dream. When you have a wife or a husband and kids and bills and mortgages and fucking all this other shit piled up, it isn't as easy to just drop everything and go and chase something you fucking want to do. But right now that you're fucking 16, your mom pays your rent, they feed you, they do all these fucking things, now's the time to go and fucking chase it. Now's the time to be adventurous. Now's the time to fucking risk it. Now's the time to put everything on the fucking line because you get to start over. Your safety net, it's still fucking there. You don't get that down the road, I promise you. And if you don't learn this lesson now, you will be resentful for the rest of your life that you didn't take the fucking chance. Now's the fucking time to risk it. You don't get to do this later. And some people still take that chance, but it isn't as easy.
You told them all that in 2 minutes?
I told them all that. Like, I was going in. And you know what I loved about it?
What's up?
And I'll keep it a bean.
What's that?
The younger kid, the kid that likes to fight,
Bean?
like a buck. I'll keep
Oh.
keep it genuine. The younger kid, the kid that liked to fight, went over his head. Didn't really get it.
In one ear, out the other.
The gamer kid looked at me with this fucking smirk. The same little smile smirk that I used to look at the person that told me that. And I knew when I saw that, this motherfucker gets it. I knew that tomorrow or tonight, he would go home and he would research how to start the next fucking Phase Clan. And I know that if he holds on to those words, in 3 fucking years, this motherfucker will do something he's excited about. And that was enough for me because I could see the look in his eyes at 16 that I fucking had at 16. And it made me feel so fucking good because I realized that if he even took half of what I said, I've just changed this fucking kid's life forever.
And not to cut you off, but who gave you that conversation out of curiosity? You don't have to say, but just something that I
You-
want to know.
You know what the crazy part about it is? Someone who didn't even know me. Someone who didn't even tell me their name. Just somebody in passing that for whatever reason had the opportunity to share it with me and just fucking said it.
A
Just
ghost?
as much as I'm a ghost to that kid. That kid don't know my name, don't know what I do, nothing. Unless Rusty tells him, but
No, but you don't remember.
it doesn't.
Who told you?
Some guy.
What do you mean? Like,
I never asked the name. It
Where
wasn't
were
like a
you?
conversation.
What was
Who
the
was the
pretext
guy?
to that? Like, just out one night, you're like,
Walking down the
No,
street.
I was young. It was at some.
were you at the gym too? Or?
No, you dumb motherfucker.
Like, damn. Like,
he's like,
No, I was. You know what?
He's like, where's this guy at?
where's this guy at?
all right, go.
I was at a. God, where was it? I remember I was in those settings where they do a bunch of different little fucking stands, like not like a fucking remate. No, for like a convention for something like a Avid seminar where they have all the stuff, or like one of those type of settings.
Ain't
I
you a
just
Catholic
or
kid?
one of my speech and debate tournaments where they have all the little booths of people talking about different things. And I just remember some guy I
High
walked
school.
up to said it,
You're a high school kid.
and he was just talking to a group of us. But I think at that time, like I got
It
it
resonated with you a little bit more.
because I realized like he's fucking right. I was smart enough, or at least not naive enough at the time to think, I guess he has a fucking point. Logistically speaking, if I'm going to risk and try to go and do something crazy, what better place or time to do it is when I live at home with my parents and I have no bills than when I'm 35 and I have them, right? So that in itself was enough to tell me, like, hey, that actually makes sense. And that's the way I look at my life. Like, there are very few opportunities I refuse to take. I'm not really scared to try a lot of things because I understand what it can bring me. I understand what walking out of my comfort zone can do for me, and I welcome it. I don't run from it. So it was a weird moment for me because everything just kind of came full circle. It was like, oh shit, here was somebody that I know, that I've known for years, retrospecting on their life and accepting things for what they are as an adult, older than me, sharing that with me and me being like, yeah, good for, great, good for you. Like, and then reflecting on how much I've done that. And then now having an opportunity to share that with somebody much younger than me. And to realize, like, if the smallest amount of what was said is held on to, just like I held it, that's it. That's the fucking spark. That's the fucking fire. And if that kid becomes something amazing and he's one day giving a big speech, how funny, how ironic that he sits there and says, man, one time this fucking guy in the gym,
It's fucking
Stuff-
dick. He was
just
fucking pumping
came
fucking
up.
240.
this
and I
motherfucker
was
just
over
came
here
up out of
lifting 5
nowhere.
pound weights.
It was funny because when Rusty first said, like, oh, this guy, la da da da, right? You could tell that the kid didn't care. He's like, oh, he's a gamer. And he, like, down talked it. You could tell that bothered him. And when I told him, like, oh, I game all the time, bro. I play Call of Duty. Like, when he knew I knew what I was talking about, he smirked. He's like, oh, shit. And I told him, I was like, you don't got to give that up. It's like, you just got to fucking do things with that. If that's what you're passionate about, this is it. So the moment I said phase, he was like, oh, this guy knows fucking phase.
He's in phase?
Yeah, no, but like
No, but
Like Rams gamer tag.
phase.
I am.
But so it was cool because then the kid knew that I knew what I
Ryan.
was talking about in regards to that shit, and I think it made him respect it that much more. Like, oh, okay, this dude is telling
the
me,
fact that you connected with him.
he's telling me
Mhm.
everything my parents are.
He was
You know, his
able to-
parents are
simple
like,
things,
He was
you
able
gotta
to-
stop playing video
He was
games.
able to
La, da, da,
relate
da.
with you and whatever.
Yeah, so it's good. Whatever.
Yeah, he was able to relate with you.
But yeah, it was cool.
What's another good song?
One that's about to play.
You better not lie to me.
When has he not?
Sas perra.
The shirt? You gotta show the shirt though? Hey, for the cam though, for the
Pasa el
cam.
tiempo y no te veo. Dime dónde estás. Dime dónde estás.
Hold
Te
on.
extraño el bellacao. Las noches de perreo.
Yo le doy mi dinero.
Is this what you work out to?
No, negative. I just heard the song. I thought.
Why is it called chicken teriyaki?
Vine aquí, chicken teriyaki. Tu gata quiere maki, mi gata en Kawasaki.
Play that, bro. That song is so good. I don't know why.
All right, we going out the way we came in, motherfuckers.
Caroline. See, Caroline, all the guys would say she's mighty fine. But mighty fine only got you somewhere half the time. And the other half either got you cussed out or coming up short. Yeah, and I dig this now, even though you need a golden calculator to divide the time it took to look inside and realize that real guys go for real down to Mars, girls. Yeah, I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer. See, roses really smell like boo boo boo. Yeah, roses really smell like boo boo boo. I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer. See, roses really smell like boo boo boo. Yeah, roses really smell like boo boo boo. Caroline, she's the reason for the word bitch.
Bitch.
And on the way to the club, try to hurry up and get to a baller or a singer, somebody like that, and try to put on makeup in the mirror and crash into a ditch. Just playing. She needs a golden calculator to divide the time it takes to look inside and realize that real guys go for real down to Mars, girl. Yeah, I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer. See, roses really smell like boo boo boo. Yeah, roses really smell like boo boo boo. Yeah, I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer. See, roses really smell like
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of No Neighbors. We are gonna get the fuck out of here tonight. Catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace. Shout out to Chucks for Santa Paula Public Works. gonna cut it out. You already did the outro. You already did the outro.
Shout out fucking to Dave's elbows for holding up in Vegas.
He was on his
Yo,
horse?
this is No Neighbors. Fuck Ryan. Fuck everybody. We out of here, you bitches.
Motherfuckers.